The initial consultation is the first stage of carrying out VO2 max testing. This is important as a computer system requires basic information such as height, weight and body fat to work out normative data, which are being carried out as shown. Normative data is used to derive percentile ranks and standard deviations of the data, which are then associated with finding an average score which the individual should achieve, below being poor and above being excellent. Haffendumke, 2018. Here the lab tester is explaining the test to the individual and discussing how the test begins and continues. Before starting the test, the individual is required to put on a heart rate monitor. To do this, the lab tester will wet slightly under the tap and then ask the individual to put it on, ensuring that the band is across their chest with the monitor centre in the middle of their chest. After the heart rate monitor is on, the individual must find a mask to fit their face shape. This could be the small, medium or large size. Here the lab tester is applying masks to find the best fit. Once the best fit is found, the mask is applied using a strap which is tightened to suit the individual's head shape to ensure it is safe to run with. Here the client's breathing is being calibrated, which will get them used to the mask and the new surroundings. On the other hand, for the 2 minutes it is on the individual, the computer measures the oxygen intake and the carbon dioxide outtake to understand more information on the individual. To ensure the client is safe throughout the whole test, a harness was used. According to Shoemaker and Woolacott, 2007, a harness is used in combination with a treadmill as it provides body weight support and can prevent sudden falls or trips whilst running. Here the client is being told what each figure on the dashboard of the treadmill stands for. This will give the individual more information about what they are doing. Before starting, the lab tester explains the RPE chart. This stands for rate of perceived exertion. According to McCormack et al. 2002, the individual will select a number from 1 to 10 that corresponds with their perception of overall fatigue or exertion. Warm up within the VO2 max test is used at the beginning of it, as it is shown that now the individual has begun the test. The test has begun. The computer system was tracking the individual's oxygen intake and carbon dioxide outtake, which the lab tester displayed to the individual whilst they were running to see. This is the individual running at a self-rating of 7 out of 10 on the RPE scale during the VO2 max test. Here you can see the individual nearing the end of their VO2 max test. On the screen you can see their heart rate has exceeded its computerised estimation. Then on the second screen you can see the plateau of the blue line, which shows he has reached his VO2 max and his body has switched from aerobic metabolism to anaerobic metabolism, which is not long before the individual will stop due to muscle fatigue. Quinn, 2018.
After the test is complete, the lab tester removes the mask from the individual when it is safe to do so. This will be then sterilised because all equipment used when testing must be adequately sterilised after use. Coombs and Skinner, 2014. This is the lab tester sterilising the mask. Here are the individual's results for their VO2 max treadmill test. The individual's heart rate exceeded its predicted maximum beats per minute, reaching 202 in the test. They also exceeded his VO2 max per kilogram prediction to being predicted 83 and achieving 88. The individual got a score of 54 based on his litre of oxygen per kilogram of body weight in the absolute maximum values. This falls into the average category for someone of 19 years old, according to Wilmore and Costill 2005. In relation to his sport of playing football, the score of 54 only just fell into the average section of 54 to 64 oxygen per kilograms of body weight consumed per minute of someone in the age of 22 to 28 years old, according to Wilmore and Costill 2005. This score is not very accurate, being 3 years younger than the normative data, and also the client is currently not playing football, so this could be a different score if they were match fit and training and playing regularly. Here is the selection stage of what the test the individual will do. This image shows it will be a step test on the bike, increasing the speed by 25 watts every minute. This image displays a normative data which the system believes the individual will achieve in the test. Over the next images you will see the lab test to ensure all equipment is adjusted to suit the individual. This is done to avoid damage to the equipment but also to avoid injury to the individual. Stafford and Brown et al. 2016. Here the individual is calibrating their breathing before taking part in the VO2 max test on the bike. This is being monitored on the computer screen by the lab tester. Before beginning any VO2 max test, it is important that the individual understands the RPE chart and how to gauge their effort levels. Axivida and Starks 2011. This is being explained by the lab tester to the individual. Here is the client participating in the VO2 max test on the bike. VO2 max testing on the bicycle is described as a benchmark to gauge endurance of an individual. Coltman 2017. The client has finished the VO2 max test, so the VO2 mask is being removed safely. It is then sterilised to remove all germs and bacteria that may be present. As you can see from the results, the test shows different results to the previous VO2 max test on the treadmill. This time the individual only achieved a maximum heart rate of 198 beats per minute, where the normative data predicted a heart rate of 201 beats per minute. The individual also achieved a score of 43 litres per minute of oxygen consumed. This falls below an average score for a male of his age. This could be because the individual is not used to cycling and is more used to running and football. Therefore, this could be why the score was higher in the test. This again also falls short of the average score for a football player aged between 22 and 28, being 11 litres per minute of oxygen short of the average daily. Wilmore and Costill 2005. Here is the reference list.